Welcome to RyanisWar. I am your host, Ryan Williams. Thank you for checking out this episode and the channel. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe this. And leave a comment if you'd like to have a conversation. Or you can follow me on Instagram, RyanisWar. And on Twitter, RyanisWar. You can also tweet me. So, let's get into the reason of this video. This is the FASTLANE predictions. WWE FASTLANE will be the last single branded pay-per-view, will be the last SmackDown pay-per-view as one, and the final pay-per-view towards WrestleMania. And not much of a good card. Like, the matches are a bit flat, apart from obviously the main event and the tag team title match. So we're gonna get into this right straight away. So forgive me. So let's get into it. We have Shinsuke Nakamura against Rusev. Not really much to say. The story kind of started on SmackDown last week. Just a little quick match. We'll just throw something on the card to get the fans excited. No one's really excited because, for one, the direction of Rusev has been ruined. The Rusev Day is dead. And I think after that segment on SmackDown with Nakamura, Aiden English and Rusev, Nakamura basically put the nail in the coffin by saying it should be Shinsuke Nakamura Day. And for me, when you have a guy who's pretty much going to WrestleMania, going to be in one of the main events, who could barely speak fluent English and is basically declared it's going to be Nakamura Day, you know you're finished. And WWE have been dropping the ball with Rusev ever since he came back, ever since him stating he was going to come back at Money in the Bank and challenge Randy Orton for the WWE title at the time. Now, fast forward, it hasn't really gone anywhere. They had a good performance in the tag team match, the Fatal 4-Way for the tag titles. I'm sure it was Clash of Champions, but nothing since then. Nakamura, of course, on the rise to WrestleMania. He hasn't really had many matches. He had one last week on SmackDown, but that is pretty much it. Nakamura has been off TV for a couple of weeks. I guess it's just to freshen it up, which is good. You know, you need to not force certain wrestlers in front of the TV, unlike they did with Roman Reigns, but we're not going to get into that. So this one's a no-brainer. Shinsuke Nakamura is obviously winning this match to go on to face the winner of the main event of FASTLANE for the WWE Championship. So let's get into our title matches of the night. We have the Women's SmackDown Championship being defended with Charlotte Flair defending her title against Ruby Riott. Not really interested in this. The Riott Squad and Charlotte have been feuding for weeks now. Charlotte's beating almost every member. You know what I mean? And to be honest, like I said in my previous videos, I don't think the Riott Squad are ready. I know the women talent, they need more women talent on SmackDown. Forgive me for that mistake. But I just think everything was rushed. And them getting put in the spotlight is like a deer in headlights. Do you know what I mean? I'm not discrediting them at all. But just from a viewer watching them, and you know, I've been a heavy, strong advocate of wrestling for years. And I've been a big supporter of this women's revolution since when it started. And to be honest, they've dropped the ball. They picked it up. They threw it down. It's just, I don't know, it's just all over the place, you know what I mean? And again, Ruby Riott right now is not, me personally, I don't think these three women, the Riott Squad, should be challenging for the title right now. They still need time to develop, and they need their own characters for themselves. Do you know what I mean? So the character development needs to be handled before you can even throw anyone in a title match. That's me personally speaking. So without rambling, Charlotte Flair will retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. This will probably be on the kickoff. Sticking with the ladies, we have a tag team match with Naomi and Becky Lynch against Natalya and Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella. Right, so here's the thing. Becky Lynch has just come back. Well, she's been back for like 2-3 weeks now. Already she done a job for one of the Riot Squad members. I believe it was Ruby, in fact. So, and I think that was this past week on SmackDown. Or was it last week? I can't remember. Someone remind me. So, you know, there's that. And, you know, Natalya hasn't really been doing anything much. Since she even dropped the title, she ain't really been doing much. You know what I mean? You got Carmella, Miss Money in the Bank. They haven't really done anything. They ain't really teased the cash in recently. The last one was a few months ago, but nothing really happened with that. And with Money in the Bank winners, they always seem to lose. They're not really building up the person, thinking, oh, they're going to cash in, And Carmella's only got 3 months until she can actually until that contract expires. So, what do you do in this situation right now? You need to build her up. So, Natalya and Carmella should win this match. Although, the baby faces, Naomi and Becky, I think they're going to win this just to have that feel-good moment. Because three of them ain't really got nothing going on with them. There's rumours speculating that Becky Lynch might be in contention for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania, but that's just rumours at the moment. Who knows? So, let's get into one of my favourite matches of the night. I will be expecting a breathtaking performance by both teams. Yes, I'm talking about the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, and the New Day square it off once again. Now, take it from me. Growing up watching Randy Orton and John Cena every day, pay-per-view after pay-per-view after pay-per-view, Raw after Raw after Raw. I'm not going to say SmackDown because they never wrestled on SmackDown against each other, I don't think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't get bored with the New Day and the Usos because they always seem to wipe the slate clean from their last matches. Their last match and the match before that and the match before that. But personally, I think the New Day is getting boring now. Don't get me wrong, they're still hilarious, they're entertaining, but it's like, where do you go next? You know, we've held the tag titles for the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions in history now. On top of that, you hosted WrestleMania last year. And it's like, and you're one of the most entertaining tag teams right now. And it's like, well, what do you do? What do you do? Do you give him another title run? But personally, I've been with the Usos since day one, as they like to say. And to even prove that, I still remember when they come out with Tamina and them two coming out. Everyone's all looking at them like, who the hell are these guys? I was with them. Alright? I just want to make that shit clear. So anyways, I'm backing my boys, the Usos. I'm not saying the New Day ain't my guys, but listen, you stick with your first teams, man. And the Usos, they're just phenomenal, man. No pun intended to AJ Styles, but they're just phenomenal. In the ring, both teams create one of the best tag team matches you've ever seen. You know what I mean? So, for that, I'm going with the Usos. And I'm guessing the Bludgeon Brothers are going to be involved in a tag team title match. Maybe Mania, maybe a couple of weeks in the SmackDown building up to WrestleMania. We don't know. But I'm going with the Usos because they're popping, again, as always. And with this gimmick, I love this gimmick that they're doing. Some people might call it stereotypical. I get that. But for the Usos, it makes sense. Coming out, talking how they talk, you know what I mean? Moving how they want to walk, you know what I mean? Like, no, like, you know, fucking handbook say, okay, you have to, for example, no handbook that tells you, okay, you have to do this, you have to smile at the crowd, pose, you know what I mean? Save your vitamins, drink your milk, however you want to put it. None of that crap. They just do what they do, and I love those guys for it. So I'm going with the Usos. Okay, the next title match, we have Bobby Roode, Randy Orton. And the last time I checked, it was them two. I'm not sure if it will be a triple threat, because Jinder Mahal has been the main protagonist in this whole storyline, trying to cause friction between Bobby Roode and Randy Orton. Not like they were ever friends or anything, but just causing a little controversy as Jinder would do. And if I'm not mistaken, Jinder beat Randy a few weeks ago on SmackDown, so shouldn't he be inserted in this match? Right out of the recording of this video, it's a one-on-one match, so forgive me. To be honest, Roode doesn't need to lose the title. He's still kind of new. He's been holding the title not that long, so he shouldn't lose. Randy Orton ain't really been doing much since he's lost the title to Jinder Mahal. Back in what was it, SummerSlam? No. Before SummerSlam. So I was at Money in the Bank. Yeah, either Money in the Bank or Black. I can't remember. But look, Randy Orton, ever since he lost the title against Jinder Mahal, he ain't really been doing much. Now they're promoting the RKOs out of nowhere, and it's like, okay, cool, but where do we go? Who's gonna win, Bobby Roode or Randy Orton? Personally, I think Jinder's gonna get involved. Like I said, if it's a triple threat now, after this video is done, I'm sorry, but I know it is a one-on-one from the recording of this video at the time. So Jinder's gonna get involved. He's gonna screw up the match, and no one's gonna win apart from Bobby Roode keeping the title. And we'll probably get a triple threat sooner or later if they ain't made it. You know what I mean? So no winner. Bobby Roode keeps the title. They're gonna build something with Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton with all around the US title. That's what I think is gonna happen. So there we go. And if I'm forgetting a match, I do apologize, but it just seems like I am, because the anticipation for this pay-per-view isn't really much of a hype compared to Raw's last pay-per-view. So, you know, it's not, I don't know, man. So anyways, the match that everybody's been waiting for, the main event. The six-pack challenge match for the WWE Championship. The defending champion AJ Styles going against 5 opponents. We have Baron Corbin. We have Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, and Mr. John Cena. So, with this, it's been a clusterfuck. I'm going to be honest. Like, okay, so we started this. So obviously we know Owens and Zayn, they tried to win their handicap match at the last pay-per-view. It didn't work out. AJ retained the title. Obviously, they felt it was a screwy finish, as they kind of was. So, they have their role. Okay, Zayn and Owens, explained. Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler were supposed to battle for the #1 contender spot to go to FASTLANE. That was screwed up by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, Kevin Owens faced Baron Corbin. Dolph Ziggler faced Sami Zayn. Excellent match. Check that one. Go YouTube that or Daily Motion that. That was an excellent match. Dolph Ziggler and Sami Zayn. Trust me. But Corbin beat Owens. Ziggler beat Sami. So they're all in there. So it's a 5-way for the title. And then Mr. John Cena decided to turn up 2 weeks ago on SmackDown because he feels he needs to be part of WrestleMania. So he went to the land of opportunity because, remember, ladies and gentlemen, he is a free agent, so he can do whatever he wants. So, you know, went to SmackDown. Daniel Bryan and Shane basically said, okay, cool. Well, if you want to be inserted in that, you have to go through AJ Styles. Again, AJ and Cena always deliver in the ring. And I know a lot of people are actually thinking Cena's only getting good because AJ's making him good. Not entirely true. Cena does put in the work, but, you know, a lot of dirt sheets and stuff like that. People talking and people get annoyed over Cena. I get annoyed over Cena too. So I'm playing devil's advocate here. Do you get what I'm saying? So realistically, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Cena obviously beat AJ, so now it's a 6-pack challenge. AJ has to come up against all the odds to hopefully keep the match that is in place at this precise moment, and that's him defending his title, Mr. AJ Styles, against Shinsuke Nakamura, the winner of the Royal Rumble 2018. So AJ has to retain, because putting the title on anybody else is not going to be good. Ziggler, listen, he has lost so much credibility, thanks to WWE, of course, not really pushing him. The last time I was actually a fan, well, I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Ziggler, I am a fan of Ziggler, but interested in Dolph Ziggler properly was the rivalry between him and The Miz over the IC title. After that, the heel turn, I was interested by that. Then after a while, it just started to get a bit silly. I just weren't feeling it. Then he won the United States title, dropped it, and then disappeared. The Royal Rumble comeback was a flop. I hated it. I hated what they did. It was only number 30 spot. It was in there for 4 minutes, super kicking everyone, getting the fans thinking, oh shit, is Ziggler going to win this? Is Ziggler going to win this? And then he gets eliminated. And now he finds himself in the main event of FASTLANE, competing for the WWE title. So, you know, and Corbin, like, he hasn't really been doing much himself. You know, he lost the United States title to Dolph Ziggler when he was in the triple threat with Bobby Roode. So, and then after that, you know, Corbin's just kind of just been there. So for me, they run out of ideas already for Baron Corbin. So you know he ain't winning. So team, yes, Kevin and Sammy, is that what you want to call it? Or Sammy and Kevin? This is how I think it's going to play out. One of them two is going to try go for the cover. One of them's going to pull each other off. They're going to argue. They're going to fight. And then it's going to build up to WrestleMania. It just makes sense for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to battle at WrestleMania. If you remember a couple of years ago, the ladder match, I believe it was for the Intercontinental title. And the emotion when you saw Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the ring against each other, knowing the title was on the line and they're battling for it. And I don't know, if their matches don't blow me away, or even the spot where Sami basically Northern Lights suplexed, or even, I can't remember, I think it was a T-bone, Kevin Owens landed through the ladder, that was crazy as fuck. But that was a few years ago at WrestleMania. Obviously, they've been on a tag team run, kind of duo, the new DX type of feel to it. Not exactly without the childish pranks, of course, but, you know, where can you go with Kevin and Sami? I was even saying this to one of my friends the other day. Alright, without Kevin Owens, what do you do with Sami Zayn? Because I'm not saying Sami is lost without Kevin, but WWE are kind of showing that. And another friend of mine even said that he feels that Sami Zayn ain't going to go far without Kevin Owens. I'm really starting to believe that, unfortunately, because if you even go back to NXT before Kevin Owens even showed up, Sami Zayn was one of the biggest baby faces in NXT history. The Ricky Steamboat, as you will, of NXT. Do you know what I mean? Kevin Owens comes in, acts like he's your best friend. Nope. Fuck that shit, I'm a savage. You got here first, so I'm taking what's mine. You know, the history between them two. Kevin Owens put Sami Zayn out for a long time. By the time Sami came back, Owens was already on the main roster. You know what I mean? So, it's a difficult one. But again, that's how I see it going. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fighting at WrestleMania. John Cena, now, there's just so many rumors and speculation. Who is he going to fight at Mania? Would it be The Undertaker? Would it be Rey Mysterio? Now, to clear things up, Rey Mysterio has a slight torn bicep injury, so I think that pretty much rules him out for WrestleMania if they were going to go in that direction. Undertaker talk, nothing's really been confirmed. It's all rumors and speculation. A lot of people are thinking Cena's going to have the match won. Then you hear the lights go out, you hear the gong, and then the lights come back on. Taker's nowhere to be seen. AJ hits him with the forearm. 1, 2, 3. That actually might happen. So, who knows? But, again, Cena doesn't have a clear-cut opponent for Mania. But it's funny how in that segment where Cena basically said, listen, I'm winning at FASTLANE. I'm going to WrestleMania. AJ, you can use your rematch clause and we can make it a triple threat. Blah, 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 blah. Cena promo. Well, to see Cena in the ring with AJ and Nakamura in a triple threat, I don't think that's going to be exciting whatsoever. No disrespect to John Cena at all, but it's just, you know, of course, everybody wants to see Nakamura versus AJ Styles. The moment Nakamura won that title, won the Royal Rumble, listen, I know a lot of fans were getting, you know what I mean? I was going nuts, alright? Because, again, I thought Reigns was going to win the Rumble. Nakamura was my pick back around SummerSlam time, and then they messed that up, and then now he's going to WrestleMania. WWE are backing themselves in the corner. I don't know how, if AJ doesn't retain the title, I don't know how they're going to get out of that corner, because there's going to be a lot of unhappy fans in New Orleans. So, on that note, thanks again for tuning in on another edition of RyanisWar. This was your WWE Fastlane predictions. I am Ryan Williams. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I botch a lot. Whatever. We don't care. We're still out here. So yeah, Twitter, Instagram, RyanisWar. Leave something in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. See, I got it right this time on the video. And thanks again for this. And stay tuned for more coming up. Peace.